Hey guys, it's Trent, and today I'm gonna be playing. Well, not just today, but you fucking get the point, okay? So I'm gonna be playing Fire Emblem 7, also known as Fire Emblem, also known as Fire Emblem Rekka no Ken, also known as beautiful baby child game. It's gorgeous. Um, so to start, I've beaten this game before, like a few times, but I'm still garbage at it. So, um, honestly, I like the Talias games more than I do the Elib games and Elib. Yeah, no, there's another Elib game, the Binding Blade, which was not an international release, but we'll count it anyways, I guess. Okay. So this is the first, this is Lynn's story. And Lynn's story, in case you haven't played this actual game, is widely regarded as the easy mode, or the tutorial. It's actually quite pain-inducing because it's so boring. But, you know. Anyways, I found you unconscious on the plains. I am Lynn of the Lurka tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name is Trent. What an odd-sounding name. But pay me no mind. It is a good name. I can see by your attire that you are a traveler. What brings you to... I always can't pronounce that word. The Sakai? Plain. I'll just go with Sakai. Correct me if you actually know how it's pronounced. Sakai Plains. Would you share your story with me? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. Trent, wait for me here. Okay, so this entire first level is just completely scripted. You cannot possibly lose, even if you try to, so don't. Anyways, oh no, bandits, they must have come from the Burned Mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. If that's all of them, I think I can handle them on my own. You'll be safe in here, Trent. What, you want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? I see you're a strategist, an odd profession, but very well, let's go together. Okay, so your character that I just created doesn't actually fight in this game. He's the tactician. So essentially he'll just chill with, he chills with the main lord, which is either Lynn, Ellawood, or Hector, depending on what story you're playing. So anyways, so this is Lynn's story. This is the easiest. She's kind of, I don't know, she's like, okay, I like Hector the best, personally, out of the three. But she's alright. Anyways, so prepare yourselves, Ike puns, for this awesome battle music. It's so good. It's called Strike, and it's probably one of my favorite battle music sound, whatever you wanna. It's possibly my favorite little track from this game, besides Knight's Oath, which is also an awesome song. So basically, she got fucked up. We gotta move her closer and use a Vulnerary, which is the potion of this game. Also, as you can see, I can't make my own decisions apparently, because I'm a little baby 2-year-old. Okay, so Vulnerary, which she has way too many. She has like fucking 6 of them. But anyway, so this dude right here, his name is what? Bata the Beast. He's the first boss. He's alright. I mean, in harder modes, he still isn't that much of a challenge considering it's the first level of the game. But you know. So she gets fucked up and she's like, oh, well, he's gonna kill me unless I get a crit. Well, lo and behold, guess what she gets? Dodge. And epic crit animation. That's the thing I love about these games, the Game Boy Advance titles. They didn't try and go for the pretty 3D sprites, but they have really nice 2D sprites. Like the animations, like on Erika and Ephraim and the Sacred Stones, were really nice. And then in this game, Hector's critical axe copter is just so cool. But anyways, good morning. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Oh, shoot. Well, I guess I pushed the wrong button. Complete the tasks. Okay, well, there goes the story. Oh. So I guess she's going... I have absolutely no idea. Okay, alright. So, essentially, she's going on a journey because she wants to find... I believe it was her parents. It might be that. I don't know. But anyways, so now Trent, well, myself and Lynn are in this town, and apparently it's Bulgar, the biggest city in all of Sakai. We should purchase supplies for our journey. Oh my heart, so here comes my two favorite cavaliers, Kent. No, okay, so this is Sane, but Kent and Sane are their names. This is Sane. He is a bit of a ladies' man, so to speak. He essentially hits on everyone, and his support conversations between himself and Lynn and Florina are honestly possibly some of my favorite Fire Emblem dialogue. But anyways, so Lynn gets creeped out, and then Sane's like, hold your tongue, or no, Kent's like, hold your tongue, and then Sane's like, blah. So Kent is essentially Sane's, like, they're companions, and Kent watches over Sane. Like, they have a certain brotherly relationship almost. It's honestly, they're some of my favorite cavaliers throughout Fire Emblem because they have so much personality. Like, later on, like, Sully is okay. She's solid too. Like, she's a solid cavalier. But I don't know. It's just something about these two that I appreciate more so than Sully. I don't know. Stahl really doesn't have that much character development. I mean, he does, like, throughout his support conversations. But his personality is just kind of odd. He's like the weirder version of Ilyana. Like, Ilyana's always hungry, Stahl's always hungry. It's weird. So I don't know. I feel like Stahl's been there, done that. So I don't know. So anyways, these two are gonna pursue Lynn or Lindis out of town. And essentially Lynn is going to encounter these bandits that are going to try and kill her. So the game doesn't tell you this yet, but so Lynn is actually of royal blood. Her mother was of Kaelin royalty, and so Kaelin is actually a Lycian house, and she is of Kaelin royal descent. And because of her blood, there are people who would like to seek the throne, because Kaelin is a quite wealthy house in Lycia, which is one of the countries on the continent of Alib. But anyways, so people are trying to steal the throne. One person in specific, Lord Lundgren, who happens to be Lynn's uncle. So the brother of Lynn's mother. That unintentional rhyme. But so Lynn's uncle is attempting to steal the throne from Lynn. And essentially the whole tutorial is getting, which is the first 10 chapters about, is getting Lynn to Kaelin so she can defeat her uncle and meet her grandfather, who her uncle, so I'll say rudely poisoned. I feel like rude isn't the proper adjective to describe poisoning someone, but you know, you get the point. So these two introduce probably the most interesting mechanic of Fire Emblem, is the weapon triangle. It's like rock, paper, scissors, but with weapons. So essentially, Sword, here it is, right here on the screen. Swords best axes, axes best lances, and lances best swords. The universal weapon triangle. So, if you ever encounter someone with an axe, you fight them with a sword. So, essentially, Kent's gonna go at this guy with a sword and dodge the attack, because the weapon triangle is kind of broken in GBA titles. Yes. So now we're gonna have Lynn kill this guy off. Trust me, this is not how I would go about doing it. Because, to be honest, Lynn's already broken enough that she doesn't quite need the XP. I'd just feed it all to Sane or Kent, respectively. I'm kind of still deciding. 2 Cavaliers seems like a bit much on one playthrough, but I'm not going to be using both, so I don't know. Kent or Sane. Also, another interesting mechanic Sane just unintentionally introduced is terrain. That bandit there happens to be standing on a forest tile. Forest tiles give you added defense and avoid rate. So, for instance, let's say, as we just saw, Sane standing, even if he has a sword, which normally it doesn't affect you too much, I'll be honest. So that bandit is just standing on a forest tile. It gives you, let's see, what does the forest tile give us? It gives 1 defense and 20 void, as opposed to the plain, which gives nothing. But there are other terrain types like mountains, which give even more than that, 1 defense and 30 void. So as you can see, there are certain terrain types that are just more beneficial to each unit's stats than others. But, oh well. So Sane missed. It's totally everything, these first few chapters are scripted. That's why I'm kind of skipping over all the text. When we get later on in the story, I'm gonna obviously read through it. But as for right now, this is just kind of child's play. So then this guy's gonna attack back. Kent's on a forest tile, has the weapon triangle advantage. He is fine. So those numbers that you can see in the battle screen are actually well, I'm very tired. Sorry. So essentially the numbers in the battle screen are your stats for the current battle. There's crit, attack. I'll have to look at it again because it's been a while. But it's crit, hit, and attack, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna give Sane this vulnerary. Okay, alright. So then we're gonna use the vulnerary. Alright, so now Sane's back. He's alright. So since he is a mounted unit, which mounted units have the ability, if they didn't use up all the range they have in moving once, they can move again, but no more than that. So you can't, like, say what I just did, trade with the unit and then attack, but you can attack and then move, or trade and move. There are certain, it's just, Fire Emblem is just kind of, it's just kind of silly sometimes. That's all I'm going to put it. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have, actually I feel like, you know what, I'm going to be using Sane this playthrough, so we're going to have Kent back off a bit, and we're going to let Sane soak up some EXP. So we're going to have these enemies attack. Oh, alright, well then I guess this guy just really wants me to play with Kane, but alright, whatever. Or Kent. I literally just came up with an OTP. Kane. Kent and Sane. But anyways, so Sane, as you can see, is a bit more powerful, but has less speed. So what I'm really going to be going for this playthrough is hopefully giving him some... Well, I found the super speed button unintentionally. But as you can see, Kent's got more strength, or not Kent. Wow, Sane has more strength, but less speed. Kent has 1 more speed, which allows him to usually double, but not in this instance against these bandits. So we're actually going to move Sane here and just kill this guy off. It takes a bit more time to feed Sane the XP, but I kind of want him to promote to be a paladin. So we'll just do it anyways. When you play through a game like Fire Emblem where there's a limited amount of XP, not so much the case with the later games like Awakening, especially Awakening, but games that are linear like Fire Emblem 7 and let's say like, I don't know, Path of Radiance for instance, you're going to want to pick out what units you're using before your playthrough, which I am not doing a very good job of because I still have no idea who I want to use. But you're going to want to pick out what units you need to use. Like for instance, I know I'm going to have to use Lyn because in some chapters she's required. So I'm going to be using Lyn, probably Sane, and then it's a good idea to have some flying units and whatnot. So maybe Florina, I don't know. It's just, you play it by ear sometimes. Like in this instance, I'm going to be playing it by ear, but it's not recommended. If it's your first time, it doesn't really matter though. Yeah, on a harder difficulty, you should. But since this is normal, we don't really need to care too much. So, since I told you before, the weapons triangle is completely broken in this game, so literally I could just throw myself at this guy and nothing will happen. But anyways, so as you can see, weapon triangle broken. If that's one thing, if one thing you carry away from this playthrough, it should be the fact that the weapon triangle is absolutely broken in Fire Emblem 7. That is the one lesson for today. If you can remember that, you've passed my Fire Emblem 7 class. Anyways, so now for these Knights of Lycia, you're gonna share your story with me. Yes, we adventure from Kaelin in search of someone. That's the country, Lycia, country in the mountains to the southeast. So, Lady Madeline. So, Lyn's mother is Lady Madeline. So, essentially what happened is, Lyn's father was this nomad, and Lady Madeline married this nomad, and Lyn is the offspring. So now, since Lady Madeline's dead, Lyn's mother and father died in a bandit raid. So Madeline is dead. There's no one else to succeed to the throne of Kaelin. So naturally, on his deathbed, I should say, the grandfather of Lyn, I literally forget what his name is, Marquess Kaelin, we'll call him that, is searching for Lyn, and he sends out these two knights to find Lyn, and that's Kent and Sane. So now there's just some plot development of 18 years. Lindis. So this is the reveal, what I basically spoiled, sorry. So now it's revealed that Kent and Sane were sent by Marquess Kaelin to escort Lindis to his side and to succeed to the throne. Because, and yes, you can tell this is kind of plot, I don't know. It makes sense, I guess. Lyn apparently has a keen resemblance to her mother. But anyways, there's portraits in Castle Kaelin, blah blah blah. Honestly, this story isn't the most interesting thing in the world, so my apologies, but I cannot bear it. Anyways, so now Lyn asks, do you want to go with her to Kaelin? And the game, without asking you, says, yeah, we'll go. And I'm like, but, oh. Anyways, so I'm thinking that's going to be it for today. In the next chapter, we are going to be retrieving the sacred blade known as the Mani Kadi. This is probably I'll say the best sword for Lynn's story. Not in the game, but it has limited uses anyways, so it's not like it's too OP. Either way, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, really. I cannot stress enough, I have always wanted to play Fire Emblem on YouTube, and if even one person enjoys this video, I have succeeded in what I wanted to do. So, anyways, if you liked it, fucking enjoy. Whatever. Do what you want. And I'll